losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe. There's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
What's up, cool people? Welcome to another Let's Play Tuesday live stream. So, the general gist is we'll be kicking off with a couple of chapters of Bible study, then getting into my current Let's Play series that I'm working through, which is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. But, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt, aka That Random Christian Gamer. I'm a random Christian guy playing random games to connect with random people and help answer their random questions about God, faith, the Bible, and whatever else might be on their minds. That's me. That's the stream. That's the general gist of what's going on. Not sure there's too much else to really mention other than want to give a quick shout out. Let's See with Pastor G not only is followed now, but has subscribed to the Twitch channel for 6 months. Appreciate the support there. But yeah. Hopefully I will not have audio issues like I had with my the Saturday stream last week. They just, I don't know why, I don't know how, my microphone was way quiet, and I've looked into it today. I literally tested my audio with the recording just before starting the stream, so that shouldn't be an issue today. So, in any case, I'm still kind of leaning towards during the Bible study, basically any time other than like right now during the intro and when I'm actually like taking a break and stepping away from the stream for a bit. I'm thinking about holding off on the like background music and such, but I might just I might give it one more chance for there to be issues like that before I officially go ahead and do things that way. But anyway, all right, enough just talking about what's been going on and what's coming up. I will run the early Twitch ad break to get that out of the way, so then we can hop into the Bible study and not worry about that interrupting anything. Meanwhile, it's about time I shift to the Bible study window here. So as usual, we'll be doing 2 chapters of Bible study. I'm working my way cover to cover virtually through the Bible. Currently about to wrap up First Samuel. About to get into 2 Samuel, but gonna wrap up 1 Samuel here, not this week, but next, it should be. Because there's, as I recall, 31 chapters. Yeah, 31 chapters in 1 Samuel. We're gonna be covering chapters 28 and 29 today. But I'm gonna wait for the Twitch ad break to be done, and then I will come back with all of that. That's one thing that I find a little bit odd, personally, how there's such a high percentage of live streamers that seem to take, like, very little consideration. Seem to take their ad breaks into account very little, I guess is what I was trying to say there. I don't know. Anyway, And, like, I don't know. It's a whole thing. One of those streaming-related things that I personally find a little bit odd. It just seems like is the norm. But anyway, lest I digress, let's go ahead and get moving now that the ad break is done with today's Bible study. Okay. Alright, so we're looking at 1 Samuel 28. Basically, what's been going on is that Saul's the king of Israel, current reigning king. David has been anointed to be the next king, but David got really successful in some stuff, even under Saul's command. Saul got really jealous of him, to the point of being paranoid that David would take over his throne. So, you know, he then proceeds to try and hunt David down and kill him. David flees for his life, has been pretty much living as a fugitive for a while now. Last we heard, he's actually living with the Philistines now, and raiding. It seems like he's raiding people just south of Israel, but close enough that he could say, yes, I'm attacking the area of southern Israel, and basically get on the one Philistine king's good side by saying that. But, and then there's Saul, who's been fighting against the Philistines, which was why he kind of stopped trying to hunt and kill David for a while. So, I think that's about all the context that is really needed for this chapter. If there's anything else that's relevant that we find out as we go through this, I'll mention it as much as I can remember. But anyway, okay. Here we go. 1 Samuel 28. About that time, the Philistines mustered their armies for another war with Israel. King Achish told David, "You and your men will be expected to join me in battle." "Very well," David agreed. "Now you will see for yourself what we can do." Then Achish told David, "I will make you my personal bodyguard for life." Meanwhile, Samuel had died, and all Israel mourned for him. He was buried in Ramah, his hometown, and Saul had banned from the land of Israel all mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead. Okay. The way that that's worded there and the close proximity of the statements makes me think that Saul might have banned mediums and things like that in order to, like, possibly as a reactionary thing, because maybe people were trying to, you know, consult mediums and such people to hear from Samuel, who they knew was wise, and, you know, would tell them what God wanted, as he had throughout his life. But, in any case, still on the whole, banning mediums and such, probably not a bad idea on Saul's part. One of the better things it seems that he's done, honestly. So right here in the first verse, when it says, about that time, I'm assuming this is talking about, you know, in reference to the previous chapter, meaning about the time that David was living in, I think it was Ziklag, but anyway, living amongst the Philistines and, you know, conducting those raids I talked about a little bit earlier. So, around that time frame, the Philistines are, you know, pulling their troops together, getting ready to go to war once again with Israel. Even though David's from there, King Achish is like, hey, you're living with us now. you're going to be expected to fight against Israel in these battles. You good with that? And David seems to be in agreement with that idea. Seems to be willing to do that. But then we get to verse 4, and we'll see what happens from there. The Philistines set up their camp at Shunem, and Saul gathered all the army of Israel and camped at Gilboa. When Saul saw the vast Philistine army, he became frantic with fear. He asked the Lord what he should do, but the Lord refused to answer him, either by dreams or by sacred lots, or by the prophets. Saul then said to his advisors, "Find a woman who is a medium, so I can go and ask her what to do." His advisors replied, "There is a medium at Endor." Endor? Hold up, this isn't Star Wars. But honestly, the Star Wars Endor might have been named after this Endor. Can't confirm or deny that, for sure. And of course, one of the things that Saul says is not allowed comes back to bite him. He had banned mediums and those who consult spirits of the dead. And yet, because he's not hearing from the Lord, he's like, fine. Find me somebody who I can, gain some insight from as to what I should do here. Also, sacred lots. Hebrew says by the Urim. Now, okay, there were a couple of tools that the priests used called Urim and Tumim that were, I guess the simplified version of what they do is that they were kind of used for something akin to divination, but I wouldn't call it that exactly. I can't even say for sure what exactly it was that they did, but they used these instruments as a way of trying to help read God's will for a situation. So, anyway, Saul wanted to, gain some insight into this situation by, the means that were approved first, but he wasn't hearing anything. So then he's like, all right, well, I'm desperate here. Let me go find a medium. So then we get to verse 8. So Saul disguised himself by wearing ordinary clothing instead of his royal robes. Then he went to the woman's home at night, accompanied by 2 of his men. "I have to talk to a man who has died," he said. "Will you call up his spirit for me?" "Are you trying to get me killed?" the woman demanded. "You know that Saul has outlawed all the mediums and all who consult the spirits of the dead. Why are you setting a trap for me?" But Saul took an oath in the name of the Lord and promised, "As surely as the Lord lives, nothing bad will happen to you for doing this." Finally the woman said, "Well, whose spirit do you want me to call up?" "Call up Samuel," Saul replied. When the woman saw Samuel, she screamed, "You deceived me! You are Saul!" "Don't be afraid," the king told her. "What do you see?" "I see a god coming up out of the earth," she said. "What does he look like?" Saul asked. "He is an old man wrapped in a robe," she replied. Saul realized it was Samuel, and he fell to the ground before him. Okay, I'm gonna pause there for a bit, because I've read a decent chunk of verses there. So, this woman knows the rules. She knows this isn't allowed, but, Saul, because he's desperate, is, assuring her that, no, nothing bad's gonna happen to you for doing this. And as much as he can give his word, in fact, it says he he took an oath in the name of the Lord, which is something that is very much not recommended, because, you know, if you can't hold up that oath, then it not only makes that person look bad, but it also makes God look bad, because they, you know, invoked his name as the, like, standard for this oath. But we've seen in previous chapters that Saul can be rather, you know, hasty with his oaths. But anyway, so she does her medium stuff, calls up Samuel per Saul's request, finds out from Samuel that it's actually Saul she's speaking with, but Saul's still telling her she's not gonna get into any trouble for it. But now that they know it's Samuel, Saul's, let's see here. It says he fell to the ground before him. Saul fell to the ground before Samuel. Probably because it was one of the few people he still, like, undeniably had some respect for. Also the fact that, like, he knows Samuel's dead, and just the fact that being able to talk to him, it could be a bit of a disturbing situation. Footnote here. Okay, so it could be a single deity of some sort, or that would make more sense, though, because if that's supposed to be describing Samuel, then, yeah, I would almost think that should be translated more like, or I guess it's just her assumption that it's a god of some sort, because maybe it looks like some sort of god. Maybe he looks like some sort of god, despite the fact that it's Samuel. But she doesn't really know that for sure at that particular moment. Maybe that it's Samuel, I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable in the inner workings of mediums and how they tell who's who and all that kind of stuff. Especially for people that they didn't already know. But anyway, I digress. So we'll move on to verse 15. "Why have you disturbed me by calling me back?" Samuel asked Saul. "Because I am in deep trouble," Saul replied. "The Philistines are at war with me, and God has left me and won't reply by prophets or dreams. So I have called for you to tell me what to do." But Samuel replied, "Why ask me, since the Lord has left you and has become your enemy? The Lord has done just as he said he would. He has torn the kingdom from you and given it to your rival David. The Lord has done this to you today because you refused to carry out his fierce anger against the Amalekites. What's more, the Lord will hand you and the army of Israel over to the Philistines tomorrow, and you and your sons will be here with me. The Lord will bring down the entire army of Israel in defeat." So, Samuel's like, all right, why are you asking me? You should know that you've lost God's favor because you didn't do the things that he said to do. Really, in a couple of different instances, but he mentioned specifically the moment when he gave Saul God's command to just completely eradicate the Amalekites and anything that they had, pretty much. But instead, Saul just decided, well, we're gonna kill the people, sure, leave nothing left of them, but maybe we'll take some of the stuff with us. And that wasn't what God commanded. So Saul was not hearing from God because he had lost favor with God. And now, on top of this, Samuel is saying, not only have you lost favor with God, but now, with this war that you're about to be involved with, tomorrow, the Philistines are going to defeat you, and you and your sons are going to be here with me in the afterlife. Or whatever term you'd prefer to use there. Basically saying that Saul and his sons are going to die. So, then we get to verse 20. Saul fell full length on the ground, paralyzed with fright because of Samuel's words. He was also faint with hunger, for he had eaten nothing all day and all night. When the woman saw how distraught he was, she said, "Sir, I obeyed your command at the risk of my life. Now do what I say, and let me give you a little something to eat so you can regain your strength for the trip back." But Saul refused to eat anything. Then his advisors joined the woman in urging him to eat, so he finally yielded and got up from the ground and sat on the couch. The woman had been fattening a calf, so she hurried out and killed it. She took some flour, kneaded it into dough, and baked unleavened bread. She brought the meal to Saul with his advisors, and they ate it. Then they went out into the night. So, Saul was already worried about this upcoming battle with the Philistines. Now, after hearing Samuel's words, it says right here, paralyzed with fright is what Saul was. So the fear gripped him even harder because, like, he now basically he's realizing, okay, wait, not only do I not have a chance of victory here, I'm gonna die tomorrow? Wait, what? No, this isn't supposed to happen. Probably something to that effect. And it didn't help that he was also really hungry because he hadn't eaten, probably due to how worried he was. Like, I can't say it's happened to me too often, but, it's not an uncommon situation for people to be worried about something to the point that they either just forget to eat because they're so anxious about what's going on, or they, they don't feel like their stomach would really hold it down because they're all, like, nervous, everything's feeling knotted up in there, and that's Saul in this situation. But they're now concerned, the medium and Saul's advisors that were there with him were concerned for his health, so they eventually convinced him to at least eat something. So, long story short, general summary of what happens in this chapter. Saul's about to fight the Philistines. He wants to seek word from God, but God doesn't give it to him because God doesn't like what he's done. And so, when Saul finally does hear something about what's going to happen, it's bad news, unsurprisingly. Because again, God doesn't like a bunch of what Saul has done. So in a way, he's kind of working against Saul. And then Saul is basically just afraid for his life. But anyway, that will do it for 1 Samuel 28. Okay. Moving on to verse. Did I say verse or chapter at the end of that? If I said verse, oh man. That'll be one of those things where I put just a tiny little editing note where it's like, I meant chapter. And, okay, I don't know why sometimes Bible Gateway does weird things where it practically, like, freezes up my computer a little bit. But I don't know of too many other digital Bible versions where I can get a dark mode and look up pretty much any given translation that I need. Or that I want, I should say. Anywho. Okay. Hopefully no other weird stuff happens with computer temporarily freezing up. Either way, we will continue on with our Bible study. Alright. We're looking at 1 Samuel 29. So, currently, Saul and the Philistines are about to fight. Well, Israel and the Philistines are about to fight. Saul, being the king of Israel, is in charge of Israel's armies. David is actually on the Philistine side of this, because he was fleeing from Saul in order to, you know, spare his own life, because Saul wanted to kill him, because he was worried that David was going to take his throne. But David's living with the Philistines and being expected to fight against Israel in this upcoming battle. Saul, a little worried about his situation when he sees the Philistine army that's against him. Tries to hear from the Lord, can't. But because he wants some sort of word on what to do in the situation or what might happen, he decides to consult a medium despite the fact that he had banned those. So he consults one to appeal to Samuel. Samuel, from the dead, basically tells him, it's not good for you. You're not in God's favor because of bad things you've done previously. And you're about to die in this battle that's coming up. So that's what's been going on leading up to this chapter here. So, here we go. 1 Samuel 29. The entire Philistine army now mobilized at Aphek, and the Israelites camped at the spring in Jezreel. As the Philistine rulers were leading out their troops in groups of hundreds and thousands, David and his men marched at the rear with King Achish. But the Philistine commanders demanded, "What are these Hebrews doing here?" And Achish told them, "This is David, the servant of King Saul of Israel. He's been with me for years, and I've never found a single fault in him from the day he arrived until today." Okay, so something that is possibly relevant, in fact, probably relevant to this situation. The Philistines had multiple different kings, at least last I knew. It mentioned, I think, earlier in 1 Samuel that they had like 5 different kings. And so King Achish was just one of them. Since David was only with him, the other kings of the Philistines don't really have a clue what's been going on with David. So they, unsurprisingly, are skeptical because they know that David was fighting against them before. He was a commander of Saul's armies. Before he had to flee, he had slain Goliath, their champion. So it's not real surprising that the other Philistine kings and their people wouldn't have been too keen on the idea of David being involved. David, for his part, seemed like he was willing to go through with this. But, like, he can't control how the other Philistine kings feel about him. But then we get to verse 4. But the Philistine commanders were angry. "Send him back to the town you've given him," they demanded. "He can't go into battle with us. What if he turns against us in battle and becomes our adversary? Is there any better way for him to reconcile himself with his master than by handing our heads over to him? Isn't this the same David about whom the women of Israel sing in their dances? Saul has killed his thousands and David his 10,000s? Yeah. So all that right there is why these other Philistine commanders didn't want David there with them. They didn't want David involved in this at all, as much as it could possibly be under their control. So David seems fine with it, Achish seems fine with it, but these other guys not so much. So they're basically telling Achish, look, this guy has been a menace to our people. We can't risk the chance that he turns on us. So just send him to whatever town you have set up for him. He's got to sit out of this, lest he turns on us and, you know, basically betrays us to Saul and the Israelite army. Then we get to verse 6. So Achish finally summoned David and said to him, "I swear by the Lord that you have been a trustworthy ally. I think you should go with me into battle, for I have never found a single flaw in you from the day you arrived until today. But the other Philistine rulers won't hear of it. Please don't upset them, but go back quietly." So essentially Achish relents and sends David back. I find it interesting that he swears by the Lord. There's no, like, especially with it being rendered like that in all caps in Bibles like this, like that can only be the Lord, the God of Israel. There's no other God who is referred to that way. So I find it interesting and maybe even a little odd that Achish would be swearing by Israel's God. I mean, I guess it's possible that he believed in the same God, but I also wonder if that was, you know, done to appeal more so to David and his upbringing, his sensitivities, all that kind of stuff. Basically making this statement mean more to David, that Achish would have been fine with it, but it's the others who aren't having it. So he asks David to go back quietly, and then we get to verse 8. "What have I done to deserve this treatment?" David demanded. "What have you ever found in your servant that I can't go and fight the enemies of my lord the king?" But Achish insisted, "As far as I'm concerned, you are as perfect as an angel of God. But the Philistine commanders are afraid to have you with them in battle. Now get up early in the morning and leave with your men as soon as it gets light." So David and his men headed back into the land of the Philistines, while the Philistine army went on to Jezreel. So, yeah, also, all this, while they were kind of, I mean, it says in verse 2, as the Philistine rulers were leading out their troops. So, like, they were pretty much just steps away from actually engaging in this battle. And, like, I guess at the last second, sort of, they notice David there, and they're just like, wait, no. We can't have this guy here. Are you kidding me? And as much as Achish protests and insists that David is fine. David has done nothing wrong the entire time that he has lived in Philistia. The others still don't like the idea. So David is wondering what he's done wrong, but like the other commanders have no idea. They haven't like seen him and heard reports of him during all this time, in all likelihood. I mean, unless he would have been going out there and getting like absolutely massive victories for them, but that's not what was implied before by saying he was just going out on raids to different towns. So, yeah, raids generally weren't as significant in terms of, you know, military operations. But yeah, David asks what he's done wrong, but Aetius is like, no, you're fine, you've done nothing wrong, it's just the other guys don't want you here, I'm sorry. So then after some convincing, David goes back. But that's all I got for 1 Samuel 29. Anyway, Brian the Engineer, welcome to the stream. I was not ignoring you, I was just like, I figured I might as well wrap up what I was talking about there, and stop recording all that before I say hello. I'm generally doing pretty well. Day is also, on the whole, going pretty good. Nothing really to complain about. Been... yeah, you did kind of ask it twice, but one was a little more specific than the other. But, yeah, not really much to complain about. Worked a little bit earlier in the day, which I work from home, so it's not like it's not the kind of thing that would really tire me out too much. And then, otherwise, I've just been hanging out, doing some things, recording some videos and other stuff like that. And now I'm here doing this live stream, so things on the whole are generally pretty good. How are you, Brian? And I don't know if you were here previous times, so I will say again, while I know you're here, thanks for the follow from a few days ago. Preparing for a physics exam. Ooh, we talking, like, college level physics? Because that... I think I did take, like, one college physics course, but it was, like, the base level. So if you're taking anything more advanced than that, you're probably beyond my realm of knowledge there. I will say with some of my work, though, I was looking at some pretty advanced math-related stuff. A lot of it, there's a lot that I'm not sure I even knew, but even more that I probably would have known back around, like, end of high school, early college, that has just, like, completely left my brain on how to do that stuff. Went through the whole class in 1 month, geez. I guess that would be the kind of thing that happens during, like, summer courses. I remember, I only did this like once or twice, but I remember taking like a January class or two in college where it was just like, okay, this is the only class you have. You got it for like 3 hours a day, a couple times a week. So far you have a B in the class? That's good. Also taking calculus 2. Okay. I was advanced enough in my high school math. I took 2 AP Calc classes in high school, and was essentially able to test out of any math credits that were required for college, especially since I didn't get a math-related degree. My college degree actually was in youth ministry, of all things. But, yeah, went into college still with 12 calculus credits. What my work now is not youth ministry stuff, even though that's what my degree is in. My current job, the best way I could summarize it is that I work with AI, essentially giving them feedback, like, pretty much example by example, giving them feedback on what to do, what not to do, and all that kind of stuff to help improve the output. It's nothing really too complicated. In fact, I wouldn't even think it requires much more than... A lot of it doesn't even really require much more than, like, a high school degree. But the stuff that I was doing specifically today was, like, advanced math and problem-solving stuff. So, there was some of it that seemed like it could have related to physics. Definitely some things in there where there were, like, derivatives going on and different calculus type things of that sort. So yeah, it has also been since probably 2008, since around that time that I've even touched any calculus type stuff. So yeah, that's kind of left my brain, or at least a lot of it. Now, if I had a book in front of me, I could probably kind of relearn it a little bit. Calculus has changed quite a bit since then. That's also a thing. Like, ways to do math and such changes, because they figure out different methods that might work better for people who process things certain ways. But, anyway, alright. I'm not wanting to interrupt the conversation. I'll go ahead and switch over to my gaming stuff here. Syncing data. Oh. Is this even gonna work with the Xbox network being down? I hope so. But maybe not. Especially if it's trying to sync up data. My dad said calculus problems would take a whole page. We were doing in 5 to 6 lines. Yeah. Now, I mean, when I was taking calculus at the end of high school, I think at first they taught us like kind of a longer method of doing it. And then they taught us kind of a shortcut way. And I forget exactly how it all worked out, but basically it had, you know, like, different exponents of variables would get, like, brought down by 1, and it would do something to the coefficient and whatever, but maybe they got rid of the long way. It wouldn't surprise me, because honestly, the long way was an absolute waste of time. And not only Power Rule and Cal 1, yeah, like I said, it's been a while. But yeah. And some of these problems, not only was I doing the math for, you know, doing the derivatives and stuff like that, but especially for, like, the earlier stuff, they also wanted us to do, like, proofs on top of that to, like, basically double check our answers. I don't know if y'all do anything like that, but it was... yeah. Okay. There's network issues. Maybe I could still do this offline, but it says it's trying to sync up data, so I don't know. Before I hop into the game, I was wanting to go ahead and run the next Twitch ad break so I'm not interrupting gameplay stuff with that. It's good for us. Yeah. Again, I get the... Oh, yeah. Suppose I can bring up my own music on down here and out of the picture. Yeah, like, I get the idea of wanting to double-check their answers, but why did it have to be such a complicated mathematical way of doing it? Like, can I just try and take my answer and, like, plug it into stuff or plug stuff into it to show that it works? Like, come on. But yeah, all throughout high school, I was actually a grade level above the normal and doing, like, honors or AP level stuff. So, yeah. That was... So, the last 2 years of high school for me, I was doing AP Calculus. The first year... The teacher wasn't, like, real... I don't know. I'm not sure what it was, but that teacher just wasn't particularly, like, strict, or it didn't feel like she was putting a ton of work on us. Had to start with trig in college. Yeah. I think the course I took before that, they called it Honors, Trig, and Pre-Calc. But, yeah, long story short, it's been helpful for physics, yeah. But long story short, for me, like, all the way back in, like, middle school, even around, like, 6th grade, I think 6th grade in particular, my family had just moved across the state of Pennsylvania, to be more specific. I was going from private school to public school. Now, most of my classes, I got similar grades to what I had gotten before. That wasn't a big change. Math, 6th grade, I literally never got below 100 on a single assignment. So they had me take, like, a gifted type test, and I did well enough that they pretty much pushed me immediately past, like, pre-algebra or whatever, straight into Algebra 1. Also did well enough in that the following year they had recommended me for Honors Algebra 2, and I was actually recommended for honors courses in other subjects, but I was like, let me just do the one and see how that goes. They didn't even actually tell me what the math test was for at that time. They just wanted me to take that particular test. And it was, I assume it was like a gifted and talented sort of thing. You know, but that's me looking back on it in hindsight. Anywho, okay. They needed you to boost the stats. Also, I'm not sure how exactly this happened, but there's some way or another where, because of honors and AP credits factoring into GPA and whatnot for high school and things like that, I'm probably never going to forget this. Because how could I? My cumulative end of high school GPA for the entirety of everything, when all was said and done, I finished with a 3.9999. I'm literally sitting there because every report card before that had only gone to 3 decimal places. So honestly, me in my teenage brain at the time, I'm thinking to myself, come on, did they seriously add another decimal point to this just so they wouldn't have to round it up for me to get a 4.0? Like, come on. Yeah, it was... I don't know how all that math worked out, but it was... Yeah. But I mean, without, like, the honors and AP stuff, I don't know, because, like, especially the second year of AP Calc, my grades were a bit lower on the report card, but with it being AP, there was more credit that got added to that whole mix, so I don't know. Stuff is weird. But I seriously think somebody had, like, a 3/3 going on or something. Because, technically speaking, if you take a third, multiply it by 3, you only get 0.999999. You don't get a whole 1. If you do, like, the decimal multiplication there instead of the fraction. But I digress. Okay. I do have a plan to get into this game here in a bit, but as I said, I would like to, should have rounded. Yeah, like, really. Now, I don't know for sure if it was a 9 repeating kind of situation. I'm not sure how it would have happened otherwise, though. Like, how would it have not been 0.9 repeating the entire way, but be repeating for the first 4 decimal places? Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. So, I don't know. Anyway. Alright. Anyway, Brian, appreciate you being here. Good luck with all the physics stuff and calculus, because I know from experience that stuff ain't easy. So, yeah, you do appreciate the lurk there. So, gonna run a quick Twitch ad break, and I'll get into Kingdom Hearts stuff on the other side of it. Might also be lowering my voice a bit for ensuing activity in the stream. Because, yeah. Been kind of excited, energetic thus far, even in my tone of voice. It's not exactly comfortable for my throat, though, when I do that. Alright, meanwhile, I gotta change stream info stuff here in Twitch, or on Twitch, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. Not gonna lie, my back's getting kind of sweaty. Yes, I have air conditioning running. Yes, I also have a fan pointed directly at me. But the fan does not easily hit my back when it's pressed up against the chair, and it's 101 degrees here in Texas. So, yeah. Alright, so the one thing that I changed over to Stream Elements seems to be working with the timer stuff. I had not yet transferred some of the command responses from Nightbot to Stream Elements. working on that transition, though. Because I'm thinking eventually there's more that I'll be able to do with stream elements and that kind of stuff. Anywho, okay. Well, without further ado, I suppose it's about time I hop into the game here. I will also be recording this, but do not let that keep you away from chat. Because, yay editing. Alrighty. I am here with more Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and we're about to progress the story some more. I did all the rooms in Destiny Islands here. I guess that's the room I actually have to go to next, yeah. Gotta backtrack a little bit. So, the enemies here generally weren't too bad. Okay, come on. The other door going down that way must have been the room of rewards. Yeah, because it's showing that like a regular room now. So, we'll see what awaits us. Well, if the pattern from the previous game keeps up, then Destiny Islands near the end of the game is probably gonna be some, you know, major, probably kind of difficult boss stuff. Anywho. But we'll just have to see what happens, because really so far, a lot of the big boss battles in this game have been with, like, in, like, the main rooms of Castle Oblivion. Alright, need a 2, an 8, and that key card. Okay, for the 2, we've got Feeble Darkness as an option, or Looming Darkness. Black Room has 5. So, probably the Black Room for that. And I need an 8. Got Tranquil Darkness, Teeming Darkness with 4, Looming Darkness. What's the difference there? Where Heartless attack relentlessly. And that's where many Heartless appear. Anyway. Bottomless Darkness. Anywho. I'm so far thinking I'd probably go with the Looming Darkness. Okay. Boom. And now the key card. Story time. Hey Sora, what's the big rush? I know you. You're Riku. Gee, thanks for remembering me. It's been, what, a couple of hours? Never mind. Are you okay? Are you still under his control? What are you talking about? I get it. You must be the Riku from my memories. The Riku from my memories? Sounds like you're stuck in the land of make-believe. I guess I kind of am. You're such a kid. How are you going to take care of her if you act like that? Hey, speaking of her... Ground shakes, rumble, rumble. What's happening? How should I know? Whatever it is, it can't be good. I'm gonna go warn the others. Then I should go... I know, I know. It's your job to look after her. Go, Sora. Okay. See, they get along so much better here than they have been in Castle Oblivion thus far. Oh, jeez, it took me all the way back there. I gotta go through, like, every single room in this place. I don't think they anticipate you, or expect, I should say, that you'll clear literally every single room in the world before doing any of the story stuff.
Yeah.
But with the way I'm going through this, that's kinda just how I'm doing it. Like, it makes more sense that way. So then I'm not, you know, spending a bunch of time recording battles that, while they're totally fine, can get a bit repetitive. And I would imagine even more so to watch than to play. Okay, nothing important there. Alrighty, next door. 50. And that key card. Well, I could get rid of a bunch of these cards, a bunch of these map cards here. But I did a lot of that for the Room of Rewards, I think. How many map cards do I have now? 81. That's still quite a few. Not like there will be too much need for them after this, so I don't know. Tell you what. I'll use this 8. And this 8. Jeez, really? Okay, I won't use that. Another 8 there. 7 there. 6. And now I just need another 8. Or higher. There we go. I still need to use the key card. What am I doing? If I need anything super specific that one of those cards would have been able to cover, I still have random jokers. Dark side fight?
The island.
Sure does look like what happened right before the dark side fight. Yep. That's dark side, alright. Although it's probably going to feel way different with the, you know, card battle system here and all that. Actually, can I climb up his... It's not going to let me climb up his arm and get to his head. Dang it. Oh, come on. How did that miss? Lame. Had to remember how to lock on for a second.
Yeah, fire. Thunder. Yeah. Thunder.
Let me just go ahead and reload my cards. Ooh, hello. That's not what I meant to do, and great. This is probably all going to go away before I actually can take advantage of it. Never mind.
Yeah, fire! Yeah, thunder! Ha, ha! Ha, fire! Fire!
Okay, well now I might actually want to heal like this. Oh, come on. Yeah, they don't give you a blocking option in this game.
Yeah! Ha, fire! Ha, fire!
Holy cow, okay. I severely underestimated this. Also, was not approaching it the right way at all. Okay. Let me not mess around so much with it this time. Yeah. Pretty much gotta throw out most other notions that I have of how the battles are supposed to work when fighting this guy, because pretty much it's just attack. You just use regular attacks the whole time. Alright, tell you what. Yeah.
Back off! This is it! Yeah!
Okay. This is already looking much better. Oh, come on. How was I not locked on there?
Yeah! Fire! Yeah!
Yeah, this battle really shouldn't be all that hard.
Fire! Fire! Yeah! Ah! Yeah!
I was just going about it very stupidly before. Anyway, Helix's death, hello! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? What do we get here? No surprise, dark side. Heartless enemy card thing.
Okay, I have to keep her safe. Nominate! Can you hear me? Oh. Nominate.
Anyway, I'm good, Helix. Try not to talk over the cutscene too much, though.
Sora, you really came for me.
It's you. It's really you. I've been through so much just to see you.
Yes, I wanted to see you too, but this isn't right. I messed up.
I could see if Nominate reminds you of Zelda. Like the character Zelda.
This isn't the right way.
Nominate?
I was lonely for so long. I just couldn't bear it anymore. So I called out to your heart and had you come all the way out to this place. You came for me and I'm so happy, but But to your heart, I had to.
Don't worry. I'm here because I promised that I would protect you.
Sora. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be in this picture. That's true.
Nominate?
That isn't me. I'm not there. I don't really exist inside your heart. I don't exist in anyone's heart. I never have existed anywhere.
What are you saying? What's gotten into you? Weren't we inseparable? Always together? But then you had to go away. I came here so I'd never lose you again.
Was it really me you wanted to see?
Of course it was. I know I've forgotten a lot of things
Long
in this
story,
castle,
Helix.
but never anything about you.
I might try to explain
you gave this
after
to
the
me,
scene.
didn't you?
You have it. My good luck charm. No, Sora. You can't believe me.
What am I supposed to do?
Think, Sora. Think just one more time. About who's most special to you. Call out to that piece of memory.
But, so,
that
long
glimmers
story
faintly
short,
deep
Sora here has
inside
been
your
having his
heart.
memories manipulated.
No matter how far away the light gets, your heart's voice will always reach it.
Who's most special to me? That's an easy one. It's you, Namit.
And the, like, more faded looking nominee there is the real one, telling him that the other one is just pretty much a figment of his imagination that has been manipulated. Or a figment of his memory that has been manipulated, more like. Who was that? I can't remember her, but she feels so familiar. Nominee? Nominee! Yeah, I mean, the Kingdom Hearts series now has sort of a reputation for convoluted plot lines and whatnot. This game was the start of it getting complicated like that. So, the general gist is, he came into this place looking for certain friends of his, seeing if he could track them down. And as he went throughout... So this place where I'm physically moving him around in is actually just like a recreation of a place from his memory. But in the broader place that he's been working his way through, which is called Castle Oblivion, this is actually just one of many floors in that place where his memories have been deconstructed, reconstructed, manipulated, all sorts of stuff. Basically to the point where a lot of stuff that was actually his memories before are completely gone, and they've been replaced with new fake memories. Pretty much all because people are trying to manipulate him into helping them.
Nominate! It isn't you. The person most special to me, it's not you.
This scene here is in Castle Oblivion.
No. The girl you really care about. The one who was always with you. It's not me. It's her.
But then, who is she? Because I can't think of her name. If she's so special to me, then why can't I remember?
Because I went into your memories and...
Let me explain this. plain and simple. Your memory is a train wreck. You're not the one who's meant to protect Naminé. It's supposed to be me! But you and your messed up memories are always in the way. Sora!
Feel like that was an odd voice acting choice there. He's looking a little more powerful than before. I shouldn't have just assumed that what I had there was better than what he had, but I went with it anyway. And yes, I will agree. This game is craziness. I'd appreciate it though if you maybe, you know, hold back on certain kinds of language. Too much going on, yeah. And this battle system is so weird. Not like most of the series. Oh shoot. I should have jumped. Okay. He didn't necessarily do some of those attacks before. Good thing I can skip the scene. Okay. Started off doing pretty well, but then I got to the lower value card combos and such. And it started not going so well for me. Yeah, like... So anyway, about the language stuff, I understand people are going to come through here that might not necessarily have the same preferences and ways of doing things and communication habits and whatnot. So I'm not going to assume out the gate that everybody should do exactly what I'm thinking of, but I figure it helps to at least say something. Alright, come on, what you doing there, Riku? If you're even actually Riku. I'm not even getting actual card combos in here now. Except that, I guess. I tried to jump! Why didn't he let me jump? Come on! Okay. I'm just gonna have to be real careful with this stuff. Like, I'm taking damage so quick, and this stuff is coming at me so fast-paced. Eventually, I might have to think about changing up the deck that I have here, but there are other possibilities that I should maybe look into first.
This is it. This is it.
Also, I appreciate your respect of my stream there, Helix. Also, like, I like, you know, I'm not gonna claim any particular kind of attraction to this character Riku here, but I'm not gonna deny that it's, you know, reasonable for some people to think of him that way.
Back off.
Although I'm pretty sure canonically the character is only supposed to be like
Fire.
14?
Heal. Yeah. Get ready.
Haha. Why did I do that? Probably just because it was kind of there. It's not even an actual, like, major card combo thing.
Get ready. This is it.
Oh, come on. Okay, I was like, really? They're gonna have him dodge it like that?
Fire. Fire. Heal. Yeah. There.
Oh, crud. I shouldn't have jumped there. This should do it. There we go. I win. Okay.
The end.
Very respectful in general. Respect views that I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm trying to understand why they see the given situation or anything the way they see it. That's a very respectable way of looking at things and interacting with people there, Helix. See, it says Riku replica. Replica. Meaning not actual Riku. So Riku is supposed to be one of Sora's friends from back when this whole adventure started in the first game in the series. But he's been acting weird in here. Or at least you're supposed to be led to believe that it's him acting weird when it's actually not even him. It's some recreation of him that somebody in this place just made trying to like use Riku's memories or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, 7 to 9. It's not a great card combo. I really don't like the low value ones like that very much. Oh, I thought there was going to be a scene here of some sort. Or maybe I have to talk to Riku first. Yep.
Riku!
Want some more?
Sora!
Riku!
Looks like I win.
Riku! Stop!
You are through!
I said stop!
Riku? Riku? Riku! What did you do? What did you do to him?
Broke his heart. I'd say more like she smashed it, really.
This lady's one of the bad people.
His heart? Then what's gonna happen to Riku?
Oh, you're so much fun to watch. If it's Riku you're worried about, then don't. Because Riku was never really here.
What do you mean?
Do you really think I'm just gonna say it? That's too easy. Oh, what to do?
Quit the games!
All right. Have it your way then. I know it'll kill you to hear this, but I think I can live with that. That thing lying there is just a puppet that Vexen made as an experiment. No more than a toy. It's laughable, really. It called you a fake, but it was the fabrication all along.
Not Riku. A fake?
Fake in every possible way. It was only finished recently. How could it remember anything? You get it? Its memories with Namine were just planted, not real. Yup, that means all this time it's been picking fights with you over memories that were counterfeit, trumped up, and completely bogus. Isn't that the truth, Namine? Oh, so cute. But behind this little face, you do awful things.
Namine?
You're so stupid. Don't you get it now? That's what Namine's powers are about. She can enter, rearrange, and even create new memories of anything, even things that never happened. The girl you've been trying to protect all this time is really a manipulative witch who shackles people's hearts.
Then... my memories are all...
Oh, you do get it. Lies, lies, all lies. Just Namine's illusions, nothing more. Binding you in the chains of your own memory was central to
I do
our
wonder a
trap.
little bit why
It makes
Larkstein
me
here is coming out and saying this
terrible to
now.
think easily you were duped. So close to it. We were almost there. This was our only chance to turn the Keyblade Master into our puppet, but that jerk Axel, he used Namine to betray us. So now, I'm left with no choice but to eliminate you.
You'll pay.
Don't! Huh? It's a little late for the witch to grow a conscience. Last time I checked, you're the one who fooled around with his memories, creating this mess.
I know, but...
I should tell you that I'm in an extremely foul mood. Thanks to you, all our plans are ruined!
Namine!
What's this? Are you upset? And you don't even actually know her.
Maybe not. But still... I made... a promise.
What?
A promise I made to Namine to keep her safe.
Except you kind of actually didn't there,
Maybe
Sora.
my memories are fake, but the promise is real to me. That's why I'll keep it.
You're such an idiot. There is no promise, and there never
By the way,
was.
if you see any of the
You're
mouth
just
movements
delusional.
not matching
Must
up
you
with what they're
insist on playing
saying,
the hero?
probably because of, you know,
Whatever. If that's the way
Japanese
you
to
want it,
English dubbing
you're going down
and all that
alone.
kind of stuff.
Donald! Goofy! You found me!
And now we're back to it, really feeling like Kingdom Hearts.
We were worried about you.
And we promised.
Because it wouldn't be Kingdom Hearts without Disney characters.
You won't ever be alone. It's always been the three of us, and we stick together.
And that is how it's going to stay.
Okay. Have it your way. More pain for you means more fun for me.
Another battle, great. Because the previous one wasn't enough. Oh, and I've got some, like, thunder-based things in here. I'm gonna have to not use those against her. Also, yeah, at some point, Helix, I would maybe like to have conversations about some deeper subjects with you, if that's alright. Nope, that's not gonna work. I pressed the button to do the thing. I mean, I guess I could do that anyway.
Fire!
Yeah, some healing would be nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, that was nice. I like how that went. Wait, hold up. Whoops.
No escape. This is it. Back off. Ha, yeah.
That wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Whoa. Okay. At least that broke it. Good grief. Really could do with some healing. There we go. I hope he doesn't use thunder on her. Nice. Okay. Whew. It's absolutely alright, actually. Yeah, I'm sure we would have had, you know, an obvious segue into some interesting conversations earlier in the live stream there, Helix, as I was doing, like, you know, Bible study stuff. Alright, more cutscene.
No. No.
Yes, I am Christian.
I refuse to lose. There's such a bunch of losers. I think I'm fainting. No, this isn't the way. I won't allow.
Doesn't matter if you allow it, Larxene.
You must be Nominee. It's good to meet you. We're friends of Sora's, and my name is...
You're Goofy, and you're Donald.
Yeah, but how did you know that?
Congratulations, Sora. You finally found your friend. I'm so happy for you.
Gee, there sure are a lot of questions. Nominee, I know this probably won't be easy for you, but could you tell us what happened?
Of course. It's my fault after all. I took the people and memories that were inside Sora's heart. And little by little I replaced them with false memories.
I see your question there, Helix. I'll get to it eventually. I will say I'm also recording stuff for YouTube in the meantime.
Sora never really promised me anything.
So once I can get to a spot that I can maybe pause everything, I'll
That was a lie. Just like
get into
everything
that.
else.
Because at least then if I
was never Sora's
have it all in one separate
And you
or
were
one
never
distinct
anything
chunk,
more.
I can at least edit that out even while I'm recording.
No. You see, in all of your true memories, I was never really there.
Gee, then that must mean it was your magic that made the rest of us lose our memories too. Is there any way for us to ever get them back?
I can fix everything. If we go to the 13th floor.
Well, that's just the next one up, right?
Marluxia, he...
Bet I know who that is. Was he the fella who made you tamper with all of our memories?
If I didn't obey, he said I'd be locked in this castle forever. I've been alone for so long.
So you did what he told you to do because you were lonely?
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. Please don't cry.
Oh. Of course. I know I really don't have the right to.
That's not what I meant.
What?
It's like this. I'm really not happy about you messing with my memories. But, you know, I can't really get mad at you for it either. These memories you gave me. In my head, I know they're lies. But they still feel right. Like the promise I made. I said I would protect you and that I wouldn't make you cry.
Teenage love. Yeah.
Not ever. Namine, if you cry now, I'll feel guilty.
Yeah, and I'm pretty
Like I
sure
let you
Sora's
down.
like 13.
So don't
Maybe
cry.
14 at this point.
Please,
I think this is like
Until I
maybe a
get my
year after
memories
the
back.
original game.
smile and try to be happy. It's easier on me that way.
Sora.
Oh, brother, that's a bit much.
It's okay. Sora always gets like this every time he's around a girl.
Aw, cut it out. I thought you both lost your memories too.
Too bad. Good friends don't forget the good stuff.
Come on. There. That's it. That's the nominee I remember. Yeah, I really liked it when you used to smile. Of course, that was really only in my fake memories. But what I'm feeling now definitely isn't fake. It's real.
Thank you.
Well then, let's go.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to get my memory back.
Nominee? Marluxia is gonna be up there, so maybe you'd better stay down here.
Yeah. Maybe you could look after Riku.
Please let me have a save point before that battle, though.
When it's over.
Okay. Please be careful, Sora.
I'll be okay. I promise.
Another Keyblade attack card thing. And there's no save point right here. Huh. What do they have to say? What if you have to face Axel and Marluxia? Good question. Okay, whatever. Okay, so to answer your question, Helix, yes, I'm a Christian. Honestly, have been most of my life. I was born and raised in a Christian home by Christian parents. Specifically, my dad was raised Catholic and my mom was raised Baptist. But so it's been a big part of my life, pretty much my entire life. I personally really started looking into what I believed and why I believed it early teenage years, I would say. 2137 time. I'm Polish, so it's a funny number for... Sorry. Okay. Internet has global spread, which is part of the reason I'm interested in doing stuff on here and possibly making connections and having conversations like that anyway. But yeah, so I really started looking into my faith, what I believed, why I believed it, kind of in my teenage years. Because before that, it was really just like basic surface level Bible stories and, you know, like just general concepts. But as I looked into things and started, reading more of the Bible, seeing what it said, what it might even mean, how it could possibly apply to life today, I realized that there was a whole lot more depth to it. And then I actually studied a lot of Bible stuff in college. I went to a private Christian college, studied youth ministry there, because basically I had a really good youth group experience and wanted to kind of pass that along. And in my studies there, of course, dug even deeper and realized that, even despite some of the complicated history of the Bible as we have it today, there's still a lot of good truth, and the story of Jesus in particular, as far as I've heard, and definitely what I read and learned about in college, was that, there are outside sources, not just from Christians, who agree that, yes, this Jesus dude was real, he existed, he did at least some of these things that are described in the Bible here, and so, some that even went to the same college as me, who had much more stricter or maybe more fundamentalist type of faith, were actually challenged severely by some of the history of all that and how it came together. I personally, I have not really been much of a fundamentalist in that way anyway. I always thought it was more like, all right, here's kind of the story of God and his chosen people. And that, okay, so what if minor details are a little different? I was always more into the main concepts. Personally, you're an atheist. Man, something weird happened with my throat a little bit ago. Man. But, yeah. And, I've encountered other people who are atheists, and look, I realize that it's really difficult to, prove the existence of the Christian God, especially as a lot of people understand him, which might not be 100% accurate to the actual God of the Bible, because there's so many, there's even so many people who believe in that God, who have vastly different, variations of certain beliefs from each other. I could understand it would even be a little bit hard to make sense of it all and come to, the definitive, air quote, view on who God is, what God is, how God operates, and all that kind of stuff. But on top of all that, the thing that I think is even more difficult to deny is, the impact on some people's lives. Now, some people could argue that this happens with other religions and belief systems too, but I've seen so many times with, people who are just broken down in terrible situations, whether or not it's through their own doing, but then somebody reaches out to them, or through some other means they start coming to church, they learn about Jesus, they come to a faith in him, and their lives just completely pivot. Even if not immediately where it's like that everything's good for them, they still, like, there's a mentality shift. And that in and of itself usually sets them on the path to things being a whole lot better. And like the power of that, I think, is hard to deny. Does that prove God exists? No. But with the combination of various approaches and viewpoints that people can look at, I have a hard time being convinced that God isn't real. So that's kind of why I still believe, and why I continue to dig deeper into that belief, and what I, and trying to communicate that with others. Thing I don't understand in the Bible is storyline. Doesn't make any sense for me. I tried to read it a few times, but it still doesn't make any sense for me. So here's the basic overall gist of the Bible. And I'm not going to, well, I will kind of start at the very beginning, but with, like, general concepts, not specific details and events. So, world gets created. There's humanity. Everything's perfect. But there's still, there's an option there to not follow what God said is good. And that's what people ultimately chose, was to do things their own way. That's what is called sin by Christians and throughout the Bible, is doing what God doesn't want you to do, essentially. And because of that sin, especially that initial sin that made God's otherwise perfect creation imperfect, and made it so that there's separation between God and people. So there's, like, kind of a built-in habit within us, and I think this is pretty much undeniable, that we all have instincts that lean away from where we should go. Everybody's inclined at times to do bad things. That's a sin nature within all of us that happened because of that whole Adam and Eve situation, and what you might hear Christians call the fall. So, because we're naturally like that, there's a gap between us and God. Now, the Old Testament basically was God laying out the standard of behavior. Okay, if you can do all these things, then you're good. And, if you mess up, okay, you can do these sacrifices to kind of make it up, still, renew your commitment. But the idea is that you don't keep sinning, you try and be better. You're supposed to sacrifice things that actually mean something, so you're not inclined to continue doing it. But we find in the Old Testament that doesn't really, like, people in that system don't really, they're not good enough. They can't, they still are imperfect by God's standard. So, basically, because they keep turning away from God and showing that they can't live up to this standard, it means that, laws, rules, regulations, all that kind of stuff, we can never be good enough to earn eternal life with God, to be, rejoined with Him as we were supposed to be from the beginning. But then in comes Jesus, because now that there's this realization that we can't do it ourselves, God himself makes a better way. So Jesus, who is, going by proper Christian theology, Jesus is fully God, but also fully human. So, like, Jesus is, of the mind of God. He does what God wants. He sticks to God's will. But he's also fully human in that he, had a physical body. He was tempted to do things that he shouldn't do. He resisted those temptations because of the God nature, but he was still tempted in those ways. And so, kind of as an extension of the Old Testament, laws that demanded sacrifices to be made right with God, Jesus comes in and becomes the ultimate, perfect, blameless, spotless, sinless sacrifice, and dies so that we can then have a chance at that relationship with God that we should have had from the start. But since we can't pay the penalty enough, since we can't earn our way, Jesus, with his sacrifice, if we put our trust in him, then what he did is sufficient to break us from that bondage to sin and the rightful consequences of it, which those rightful consequences basically equal eternal separation from God, at the very least. If we put our trust in Jesus, then what he did is sufficient to make up for that, to save us from that punishment of sin that we deserve. Then we can be made right with God. Are we perfect then? No. We still mess up sometimes. However, that sin nature that's within us no longer defines our eternity. And so, with that, we continue to try to emulate Jesus more. We try to be more like him. We seek after him more. We seek after God's will more. And as we go along, the idea is that we try and work further and further towards being good, not because of rules or because we think we can earn our way to heaven, but because we want to be more like Jesus. So, that's kind of the broad overall story of the Bible and how all that works. And then after Jesus' life, you see examples in the early church of them talking about this good news of a better way to not just Jews anymore, but also non-Jews that they call Gentiles. To people all across the world, they talk about this exact story, probably in different wording, but they talk about this exact story of sin and separation and salvation and how that all happens. And there's story after story of it being a powerful thing in many different people, and also advice on how we should live and try to be more like Jesus in our lives. And that's pretty much the entire rest of the New Testament up until Revelation, when there's prophecy of all things as we know it coming to an end. Jesus returns, and there's like one last struggle between God and the angels versus, Satan, demons, and sin and all that kind of stuff. And the short version of it is that ultimately God wins. And those who, have been made right with him spend eternity in a new heaven and new earth with God. And those who were not made right with God spend eternity separated, likely in eternal torment of some sort. And that's the ultimate fate of everyone. One of those two things. So, there's your broad overview of the Bible. Yes, there's a lot of details that I just kind of sped through, especially from the Old Testament. But like all those stories within the Old Testament of, I mean, there being all these laws that are told, of there being all these people that mess up, all that is supposed to point to the idea that we can't be good enough on our own, and that's why Jesus was necessary to give us a better way to be made right with God. Anywho, feel free to let me know if you have follow-up questions, because I don't assume that in and of itself is a completely understandable explanation to someone who hasn't grown up in that faith and studied a lot of that. I'm realizing there's a slight delay between what I say and what gets out to the stream, so I'm fine with waiting just a little bit for a response. Alright. But also, I do wonder if maybe I'll get moving along with this game a little bit too. Although I'm debating with myself whether I should try to move on or just end what I recorded and do whatever's up next in a separate, like, episode thing. I mean, I probably had about 40 minutes worth of stuff before that. Very little of which I would have edited out. I'm also realizing maybe during all that I could have, like, changed to a window more like this, so you could have seen me more than the game. But, oh well. Family is all Christian, so I kind of grew up in it. Also, don't have any more questions at this moment. Okay. Feel free to let me know if you do. Also, tell you what. Do you have a Discord, Helix? Because if so, I could at least give you a link to my Discord server, and then you could find me on there if you want to have further conversation. Okay, so should be just as simple as, tell you what. Boom. Okay, that right there should be your link to join my Discord server. I just figure that's the easiest way. You could also just track me down personally on there. I also have the same profile name. Can't click on the link. What? Okay, well, other option would be just my account name on there is the same as my channel name here, so you could also just try and look me up on Discord that way. And now that I know you have the same name on there too, if you send a message or a friend request or whatever on there, I should be able to know that it's you. Alright, you know what? I do think I will actually end that bit of recording there. Might take a slight little break before I continue with the game. Also, Helix, appreciate the follow from about 5 days ago. Alright, so let me go ahead and rake some things up here. I'll play some background music at least while I'm away. Probably run a Twitch ad break here. Sent. Cool. I will get into that either very soon or after the stream. Okay. Break time. See you on the flip side. I'm back. Is it? Okay. Yeah. Clearly I responded to the friend request there already. Anywho. Alright. I suppose, if there are no other conversation topics for the moment, I shall resume recording. And, might actually be about to wrap up the, well, Sora's storyline here for this game. I'm not going to get into too much detail right now, but there's more than one main storyline for the game. Anywho. Okay. So, apologies to anyone watching the edited videos here if it seemed like it cut off a little more abruptly than normal. Oh, good, there is a save point. Oh, man. That would have been quite the disappointment if there was no save point before getting to fight Marluxia. This is where, if I end up having some troubles, I might go back to some of the other worlds, grind a little bit, use up some of the, any, like, key to rewards stuff that I haven't gotten from prior worlds. Might go and get those too. But, for the moment, I will attempt to press on and see what happens. Probably a cutscene here.
Who was it? Who's most important to me? Nothing.
Can't you remember?
No, I only remember Namine. Come on, do you guys remember anything at all?
No, sorry, Sora. It's important, but I just can't remember. I don't want to be. but I'm getting scared.
Then we should really make a promise.
Huh?
What you said back there kind of got my brain thinking. Whenever you make a promise that's super duper big, maybe it gives you the courage to face the scary stuff.
Courage.
Yeah, let's do it. And then if we get scared, or in trouble, or even if we get separated.
Or even if we sort of forget each other.
Whatever happens, we're friends.
All for one and one for all.
Sora learns Trinity Limit. Attack Donald Goofy. Inflict heavy damage on all enemies in sight. Interesting. Wonder if I could possibly make some use of that. Well... Oh, so there's just some straight up Castle Oblivion world exploring stuff. Okay. Kind of forgot that was a thing.
This is it.
Didn't even hit the one that I was targeting for a bunch of those.
Donald!
Yeah, so a lot of the basic battles like this generally aren't so bad. In fact, I don't think I can recall a single time that I've died to any of these battles in the game. Oh geez, there's still more enemies. And they're all like magic based, which means Donald might not be the best one to use, but whatever. Tell you what.
Thunder! Yeah! Ha! Fire! Fire! Huh. Fire! Huh. Heal! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha!
I will admit this battle here is a bit tougher than some of the others that I've had in this game, and of course, why I really didn't want to target that enemy there. Oh well. What to do?
Thunder! Thunder!
I forgot how much I'm lacking magic cards in this deck now. Oh, they heal from that. Okay. Fine then. I'm just gonna bring all the cards back. No, shoot. That's not gonna hit anything. Okay. That one's gone. This should be a lot more manageable then. In fact, I think it's just the green types. So all they do is heal each other. But I'm not going to be able to use magic to damage them. Well, I haven't really had any episodes of this series that have been primarily regular battles like this, so I suppose it's not the worst that we get one toward the end. Which of these cards do I want to make premium so that they cost less for the deck? I don't think it really matters that much. That was probably one of the worst ones to end up getting, but whatever. Ooh, hello. Let's go with a health boost. I was dying to recoup pretty easy back there. Okay, good. Oh, jeez. The Neo Shadows are going to be a bit of a problem.
This is it. Back off. This is it. Yeah. Fire.
I shouldn't have been targeting that one. Oh well. Jeez, really? Okay, tell you what. It was, what, attack card, Donald Goofy? Yeah.
Take this.
Kaboom. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Back off. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course it goes underground.
This is it. Fire.
Oof.
Heal.
It's so close to being gone.
Fire.
I should have done the... Oh, okay. I was thinking I should have done the healing first, but it let me do both, surprisingly. Real quick. But that's a premium, dang it. I was thinking about replacing that lower value. I could replace the 4 with a 7. Replace the 4 with a 7. That way I'm getting a little more bang for my buck on the curing stuff.
This is it.
I'm gonna go now. Alright. Nice chatting with you, Helix. Hope you
This is it.
have a good day, evening, week, whatever. Until next time.
This is it. Back off. This is it. This is it.
Alright, tell you what. Here we go. Attack. Donald Goofy.
It's over.
Hopefully even the magic-based enemies take damage from this. Okay. Nice. That Trinity Limits combo is going to prove very handy.
This is it. Ha! This is it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that started missing right there.
Yeah.
Okay. There's at least a chance now of... Nope, those are both Donald. Dang it. Okay, that one's gone. So maybe I could at least do something like this. But that didn't hit very much.
Thunder. Heal.
It's more Donald. I was really hoping for a Goofy card there. With my luck, I probably got one, like, right at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fire.
Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Well, crud. Alright, tell you what. Let's just do it up like this. See how much damage we get on them. That wasn't bad. Oh, jeez. Now we got more wizards in the mix, too. Good grief. This is a lot of enemies here. Good golly. Is it a Donald card? Where's... Nope, more Goofy. Which isn't terrible, but that whole Trinity limit thing would be really handy right about now. There we go. Okay. Attack. Donald. Goofy. Boom. So far, that has been an insta-kill to basically all of these Heartless. At least the ones that are, you know, in the fight at that moment. No, why are you focused on that one? Well, phooey. Okay, tell you what. Darn it, why'd you have to go that way with it? Okay, there's the one I really wanted to get rid of. It's Donald, yay. But, let me go ahead and use this card. Although it really shouldn't matter that much. Only if more enemies spawn after this. Ah! More of them did spawn, so it does kind of matter. Doggone it. Alright, here we go. Attack. Donald Goofy.
Take this.
I guess this one was still counted as, like,
Back off.
underground or whatever.
This is it. Yeah, yeah. Ha!
Okay. Jeez. Let's go with the card points this time.
Yeah.
I think I'll put a little more into that, and then, then maybe any other leveling up that happens soon, I will...
This is it.
Yeah. Any other leveling up that happens soon, I might just put that into,
Back off.
HP.
This is
You see, that one's a goofy card. Another goofy card.
it. Back off. This is it.
The way this is going, I might not need the Trinity limit, though. Wait, come on.
This is it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely gonna need it.
It's over.
Well, gonna want it at least. And cool, battle's over. Moogle room. One little bit of health. Decided to go all the way down there. More health. Okay. How's this map looking anyway? Whoa, that's a lot of rooms. Also, reward room in here. Okay. I need a 1. Anything, well, 1 or higher. Alright, what do I got a lot of? Or at least, like, the most of. Got a false bounty or a guarded trove. Let's go false bounty, I'm thinking. Maybe not quite as many enemies in that type of room. Oh, phooey.
This is it. This is it.
How did that miss?
This is it. Back off.
And of course there's more.
This is it.
Some of these are just the basic shadow enemies. In fact, are they all? I guess they all are.
This is it. Back off.
Why did I do that? I mean, it still hit, so I guess it's not the worst. Ow.
Donald.
Yeah, great.
Goofy.
Even more enemies. How the...
Fire.
Okay, tell you what.
This is it.
No, I don't want to do a whole... Like, I don't want to do a whole one of those. That's, like, overkill in this situation. Or, it's just not as helpful, really, in this situation. Really? Why'd you have to go double healing right then of all times? That's not who I really wanted to hit with that, but whatever. That's not what I was hoping for. That's a little better. But of course that missed. No, shoot. Really?
Fire! Heal!
This battle is proving to be a bit more arduous than I would think it should be, but whatever.
This is it.
Why do you target an airborne enemy with that? Like, ever.
Yeah, heal.
Sure, now I start getting ally cards again. Oh, Pluto. Interesting.
Courage.
I could see that getting broken pretty easily, though. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Fire! Yeah! Fire! Thunder! Thunder!
Okay. That's part of the problem with organizing the whole deck to utilize slights. Come on. Because once you load the cards like that, they're a lot more difficult to recover. Of course. Alright, you know what? Forget that. Goofy. Well, this could get broken by the Dark Ball, in theory, yeah. Another goofy card. Not what I was hoping for. Oh, jeez, more enemies. Including some thunder-based magic enemies. Yay. Why did you... Jeez, Lou. Okay, hang on. I kind of need to heal, so I'm going to do that.
Fire! Donald! Ha! Yeah! Ha!
Really? What? How did my attack get interrupted there? I am so confused.
Yeah!
Okay, that one I understand. Maybe there was something like that that came in and just canceled out my earlier attack or something, I don't know.
Back off! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Rah! Ha! Yeah! Fire!
Oh, crud.
This is it! Ha! Donald!
Ooh, hello.
Yeah! Fire!
That was a little different than I expected, but sure, okay.
There!
Alright, if it's just these guys left, I think I should be fine to bring Sonic Blade into the mix. Or at least reasonably okay doing so. Alright. Man. I'm definitely gaining some levels, though. So that's, you know, hard to argue with. Okay, so the next room is over there. Man. I've spent, like, 30 minutes. Okay, probably more like 20 minutes, I don't know. 25 maybe? I've spent a while just in, like, 3 rooms.
This is it!
Why? I hate these enemies do that.
This is it!
And that my combos are essentially nullified
This is
because one little part of the attack misses.
back off! This is it!
Cool. That was a much shorter battle. Why are there not more battles like that? I figured there'd be another enemy. Another battle.
This is it! Ha!
I'm not surprised that that missed. Alright, attack. Donald Goofy. Boom.
Take this!
It does make things so much easier when I can get this Trinity limit. And cool, that's it.
Yeah!
Got some health there. Huh. Woohoo. 4 Moogle points. That's really all I get from it? Bummer. But better than nothing. Oh, we got a Spellbinder with a 2. Eh. Yeah. Now we get to the part that's actually, you know, the false bounty. You know, the namesake of the room type. Kingdom Key with a 9. That's not bad. Would be better if it was a different Keyblade, but beggars can't be choosers.
This is it.
Why did you target the airborne enemy there? What do we got? What do we got? 2 Goofies, eh?
Goofy!
Like, I could maybe see that being broken by the Dark Ball.
This is it.
Oh, shoot. That's right.
Back off.
If these attacks run into the defender's shield like that, then they're just completely negated. That's annoying. I don't like that fact. Actually, hold up. I think this is set up to be a Sonic Blade, yeah. So if it's something that's meant to go through like that, then it's not held to the same rules, I guess you might say. Holy, even the Goofy stuff is like completely nullified by that. That's dumb.
This is it.
Cute. Come on. Okay. I'm like, I just need one more hit on the dude.
Thunder.
Alright, the card costs I'm up against should generally be pretty low now. Or the card values, I should say.
Fire.
Well, unless some Neo Shadows enter the fray. That could be a slight issue.
Back off. This is it.
How did that miss? I am confused. How did that miss?
This is it.
Right now, the Neo Shadows are my main concern.
Heal. Back off.
Ally card.
Donald.
Okay, well, thanks for the healing at least. Ah! Come on.
This is it. This is it. Heal.
Yeah, Pluto. And it's a 1. That's so helpful. And yes, I'm being a bit sarcastic when I say it like that. Hold up. I want to heal before I end this battle. Okay. Okay, now for the actual false bounty part. Which, basically, 2 of these chests are fake. No, not you. This guy. How did that not hit? Okay. He's gone now. You know what? I'm gonna start just chucking stuff around anyway. Okay, but maybe not anything thunder-based right now, because that's sorta, you know. Those are like the magic-based enemies I started actually dealing some damage to. So I'd rather not go back and, you know, start undoing the damage that I did to them. Okay, well, at least that didn't hurt. Watch this one be a goofy and I immediately regret what I was just doing before. No, it's another Donald, okay. Ooh, hold up. Trinity limit, there we go. Jeez. These battles are just so arduous without that. Another false bounty card, yay. Okay. What's in this box? Oh, hey, that's the good one. Raging Storm. Arrow, fire, fire. 3 fiery tornadoes appear around Sora, dealing damage to enemies as they hit. Interesting. That could be especially handy against Marluxia, who, to my understanding, is weak to fire. I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 more rooms to go before I even get to the reward room. So yeah, I think you can see this is going to take quite a while. Glad I included this as part of the recording though, because now you've got an idea and you can see why I want to do pretty much all the rest of this outside of a recording session / live stream. Looming Darkness, though. I really don't want to do Looming Darkness here. But really just don't want to do it on stream. If I make a room like that and do it off stream, then meh, whatever. Okay, or... Yeah, but that's another false bounty. I don't want to do another false bounty right now. Okay, well, you get the general gist. There's going to be a whole lot more of that before I can get to any more story stuff. So I think that will actually do it for my recording. The live stream, however, I could keep going for a bit. Probably at least another hour, I'd say. Any significant phone notifications? Anyway. Just was noting something from the Kingdom Hearts subreddit about doing all the gummy ship missions in Kingdom Hearts 1. These Neo Shadows are going to be such a pain relative to the rest of this enemy team. Dang, just one of those did it? I'm surprised that was enough. What is this? More Goofy. Okay. Not necessarily gonna argue with more Goofy.
Thunder! Fire! Heal!
Whoops.
Heal!
That one's Donald, okay. Well, that means I can do this.
It's over!
Oh yeah. That makes the battle so much better. I hope there's still a limit to the enemies in this room, otherwise this is going to be an absolute pain.
This is it!
Okay, I've got 2 Donald cards. I think that one's a Goofy. Yes, it is. Good. Trinity limit! Maybe should have tried to make sure it was more than a 9, but whatever. I don't think that'll matter too much against these enemies. A Calm Bounty. Alright. There's a Shadow Ball. Doggone it, I missed the ally card. Doggone it, I pressed the wrong button before. Okay, well that one's a Donald card. That actually kind of worked out. Okay, I was hoping to also hit the Shadow Ball. Mission accomplished. More Donald, dang it. I don't want Donald cards. I mean, okay, getting triple Donald isn't the worst. But still. Donald is not going to help me a ton against these wizard enemies. In fact, really, no magic is going to help me very much against these wizard enemies. More Donald, jeez! Come on, give me a break with the Donald cards! No, sliding dash isn't gonna hit them. Okay, there's one of them down. Still Donald! What the heck? Fine. I'm like, I'll use him just for the possibility of healing now. Okay, now if he uses Fireball, it'll go for that enemy. And that still missed. Okay, well at least that one's gone, so I don't have to worry about, like, you know, conflicting enemy types. Okay, one more.
Heal. There. Heal. Yeah.
Oh, man. This is generally just getting so much more difficult. Oh, jeez. Okay. Did not have the timing very good on that.
This is it.
Glad that still hit something. Even though that's not what I was originally aiming at.
This is it.
Okay, there's a Donald card. Is that a Goofy? No, it's more Donald.
This is it.
That one's Goofy, though. Okay. Goody.
Take this.
Alright, now at least there are no, like, magic-based enemies in the mix here.
Fire. Donald. Ha. This is it.
Oh, that's Goofy. Both Goofy.
Fire. Heal. Ha. There.
Ah!
Goofy.
Jerks! How dare you keep me from reloading my cards?
Yeah. Fire. Heal. Back off. Ha. Ha.
Okay, just one enemy left. Goody. Roulette room. Aha! Okay, got the advantage that time. Oh, jeez. Why so many magic enemies? Okay, well, fine then. I'll do this.
It's over.
Kaboom! Yeah. Man, that is a lot of experience. No wonder I'm leveling up so quickly around here.
Yeah.
Nope, I missed. I tried to anticipate what they were maybe going to do, and I was wrong. That's another Donald card. Dagnabbit. Is that seriously a third? Yep, they gave me a third Donald card.
Donald.
No Goofy whatsoever. Well, I'm like, that should deal a bunch of damage to pretty much anything but the wizards. Actually, everything but the wizards.
This is it. Fire!
That's not gonna do much.
This is it.
Doggone it. I gotta do it quick, too. That's a...
Yeah, fire!
Kind of glad they canceled out that fire attack, though. Ah! Stop giving me Donald cards in rooms with crap tons of magic enemies! It's not helpful! Like, not even in the slightest. Didn't quite mean to do that, but sure, whatever. I'll go with it, I guess. Okay. Dark Ball on its own, not a big deal. Boom. Okay. Yeah, just a few too many there. Why did you target Oh! There was a Neo Shadow right freaking next to me! Oh my gosh! All the wrong things are getting hit here as I'm using these card combos. And yes, I know, by game terminology, they're called slights. I don't care. Yes, that's a Donald card. Good. Alright, so I'm gonna just do one of these. And hiya. Good golly. Ooh. I did get a wizard card, though. What does that kind do? Oh, right. Revives you automatically. Oh, geez. That's not what I expected from the Vexen card. Increases running speed. Keeps cards used in slights available for reloading. Ooh. I do a lot of slights, so that would maybe be kind of handy. But it costs 80 card points. Anyway, Wizard. Disables use of summon cards to power up magic cards. I don't even have any summon cards in here. That would actually be a completely fine addition. Especially, you know, against the non-magic enemies. Okay. Anywho. Always nullifies the enemy card. Ugh, but for 60? Dude, like, that is a better overall card. And for way fewer card points. I don't get it. Copies the enemy card your opponent is using. Huh. That's interesting. Anywho, stops enemies from breaking attack cards you use. Ooh. Limit 20 attacks. Halves the damage from enemies' magic attacks. Dang. But anywho. Enough about that for now. Ah. Okay. There goes the wizard.
This is it. Back off.
Like, with the relatively low number of magic-based enemies here right now, I think I'm fine doing some of the elemental attacks and combos and whatnot.
Fire.
Literally the worst possible one to have targeted there, but whatever. Trinity limit.
It's over.
Still one Neo Shadow left, eh?
Fire. This is it. Back off.
Goodbye. Ooh, hello, new slight Mega Flare. Also possibly helpful against Marluxia, because he's supposed to be weak to fire. Mushu, and then 2 fire cards. Okay, makes sense. Oh, jeez. Actually, no. The wizard enemy is far more problematic. Although, on the whole, maybe not. That's another goofy card. Because with the high-value attack cards that the Neo Shadows use, maybe I shouldn't be so quick to say that the wizard is worse. Another goofy. Interesting. Triple goofy! For a second I thought maybe the wizard was gone. That would have been great.
Back off. Heal. There. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Okay. Moment's reprieve. Oh, come on. I was expecting to actually, like, target that. And why wouldn't it let me interrupt that? What, just because I was getting hit all those times? That seems like exactly the time when you should be able to, you know, do a card break and whatnot. It's kind of the main point of card breaking, actually.
It's over.
Kaboom! Alright, they're all gone except this Neo Shadow. Goody. Trying to find my cure cards. There we go. Boom. Also got a premium bonus. Doo-doo-doo. What to pick, what to pick. I guess maybe that. Alright, I think I'm out of this room. Teeming darkness, woof. Stagnant space. Or I could just go for a movable room for no good reason. I don't know. Yeah. I'm thinking we'll go with the stagnant space. Oh, geez. What? No. I wasn't expecting a cutscene here. Why is it doing this? Okay, fine. I'll just record this and have it be part of the previous episode, I guess. Okay, wasn't randomly expecting to come across this as I went throughout Castle Oblivion and that world. But here we are. So, yeah. Cutscene. Here we go. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't really much. Well, if any more of those come along, just know I'll try and pick those up and add them to the previous episode. Or maybe the next one. I don't know. Anyway. Alright. Ad break is going on Twitch. I also feel like I gotta use the bathroom. I will be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and something sounded a little off there, or like there was a slight little sound blip. That makes me wonder if I should check some settings here real quick. I don't think anything's unusual. Okay, I think we're good. So the Heartless here are completely unaffected in battle. It's just on the field, you might say, that they move slowly. Okay. A little bit of healing. Much appreciated. 4 Moogle points. Woohoo. But hey, it's something. Holy cow. All these enemies.
This is it.
And of course, it's given me 2 Donalds so far. I really shouldn't have had that one still targeted. Oh well. It seems to be working out kind of okay. I don't know why I wanted to hunt down specifically an attack card that wasn't part of a designated combo of mine, but whatever. It's what I did. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Nice. I got both of them with most of that.
Back off. This is it.
Haha. I would guess there are going to be more enemies in here somewhere. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's Donald. Okay, fine. Trinity limit! Because at this point, it's dumb not to use it when I have the chance. Kaboom. Oh, jeez, really?
Back off. This is it. This is it.
So those raid-type attacks seem to work if I stagger the defender. But otherwise, if it hits their shield,
Yeah.
I get nothing from that. It just bounces off and... yeah, no damage done.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
This is it. Ha!
Donald card? Yes, Donald card. Good. Trinity limit!
It's over. This is it. Back off.
Alright. I guess I used so many map cards in previous worlds that all the ones that I'm gaining now aren't, like, coming up against the max limit.
It's over.
Speaking of limits. Get it? Because Trinity limit? Anyway. Lame joke, I know.
This is it. Back off. This is it. This is it.
Duck on it. I wound up targeting that one, or trying to target that one, because I thought, you know, oh, it's got the most health. Maybe I should go after that one. Deal a bunch of damage to it. I was pressing both bumpers. Every card shift you just saw there. A little annoying. Okay. Tell you what, we'll get the HP up to 380. I'm thinking then maybe future levels that I gain, I will focus on more card points. At least up to 1,000. I do wonder, though, if there's going to be more really brief scenes along the way here. Huh. Tell you what, let me go back and save, just in case that happens. Although I could, I could just do like I did for the last one, and, pause it real quick, record it, and add it to an episode. Ugh. I really don't want to do a teeming darkness right now. Sleeping darkness wouldn't be too bad. Roulette room, not ideal. Don't really want to do another stagnant space. Strong initiative wouldn't be terrible. Ooh, calm bounty. Yes. Do it. Alrighty. No cutscene here of any kind. What do we get? Okay, a Mega Ether. I think that's a slightly higher value than the one I currently have in the deck. Yes. Only by one, but yes. So, let me remove that one and put this one in. Less likely to be broken then.
Yeah.
Alright, 5 or higher. Ideally just a 5, though. Tranquil Darkness wouldn't be too bad. No, not Bottomless Darkness. Premium Room. There'd be quite a bit of fighting there, but the premium bonuses would be nice. Sorcerer's... Still leaning towards Tranquil Darkness, honestly. Yeah, none of those are 5s. But the premium bonuses. Alright, fine. Please don't be a cutscene. Please don't be a cutscene. Nope, okay. Okay, so I could go left from here, but I'm trying to go up for the next one because the reward room is right there.
This is it. This is it.
No. All right.
It's over.
Okay, that's still a 9. I doubt that's gonna get broken. For a second, I was like, wait, are those card values too low? Alright, what am I gonna make premium? How about one of the cures? Ooh, hello. Olympia with a 2.
This is it. This is it.
Again.
This is it.
so glad I got hits on some enemies while that one was, like, underground.
Back off.
Oh, you would.
This is it. This is it.
Why? Okay, fine. No. Gotta do this, then Donald, then Goofy.
It's over.
Trinity limit, okay. Yeah, I was like, I might still end up with a Neo Shadow left over.
Back off. Heal.
Come on.
Fire.
Kaboom. Alright, another premium bonus. I'm gonna go for the other cure, because why not? This is probably a terrible idea. It actually kind of worked out, though. Somehow.
It's over.
I get a feeling there will be more waves of enemies after this. But let's see. No, I guess not. Okay, cool. No premium bonus, though. Oh well, not a big deal. They are. As annoying as the high card values on the Neo Shadows can be, this guy just straight up deflecting and thereby negating my raid attacks is even worse.
This is it.
Triple Goofy, interesting. Let's go for it. Come on, there we go.
Back off. This is it.
Nice. See, that probably wouldn't have been so easy against the defender. You know what? I might go for one of the higher point value attack cards. Maybe sort of like that. Pumpkinhead. Alright, so I could go that way, but I'm choosing not to at the moment. Figured there'd be an enemy. That's not what I was trying to hit, but oh well. It's all flying dudes. Okay. Not great that I still got hit by that, but whatever. Another Donald card. Ooh, there's a Goofy. Okay, hang on. And now, Trinity limit. Okay. Worst case scenario, there's another wave after this. Best case scenario, battle's over. Wishing Star is now a premium card. Okay, a little bit of healing there. Nice. I was tempted to avoid that battle, but then I'm like, but premium bonus. Ooh, nice. I already got a Donald and a Goofy here.
Take this.
Oh, geez. Now we got 2 defenders? That's not ideal at all. Oh, well. They already took a bunch of damage, so... not that big a deal. Glad I did the battle, though. That wasn't quite the one I wanted to get, but it was still a 9, so not a bad pick. I'm trying to target the wyverns.
Thunder.
Ow.
Thunder. Fire.
I targeted that wyvern, didn't I? Unless one of the other enemies, like, jumped out in front, and that caused it to get hit instead of the... I don't know. Very weird. Okay, battle's done. Only 313 experience points for the next level. Nice. Alright, Divine Rose is premium now. Oh, geez, Neo Shadow. And didn't get the hit in time. Ah! I hate when that misses. And how it just completely negates the entire rest of the attack. Sweet. Attack, Donald, Goofy, Trinity Limit. Here we go. Should at least get rid of the wizards. Hopefully we'll also hit the Neo Shadows.
Fire.
See, like that. That's dumb. That is even dumber. Okay, but if I approach him from the side and do that, especially after one of his attacks, okay. When there are fewer cards being cycled through, it is pretty easy to lose track of the one that you're aiming for. Such health, much wow. Anyway. Need a 6 or higher. We got any of these things down here? Oh, geez, so many false bounties. But I do believe a moment's reprieve would be nice. Especially if this doesn't trigger a cutscene going into this room. Okay, good. Yay. Hiya. Ooh, hello. Card. Spellbinder 5. Suppose I could save that stuff for later, but meh. Alrighty. Saving. So I started off the stream at what level? Started the stream at level 51. I'm now level 59. Whoa, jeez. 30 blue, 40 red, 20 green. Daggum. Okay, well, I'll ditch that. Got 8 false bounty cards, jeez. There's too many of these that are low values. Which means I'm not going to be able to use them later. Probably. No. No. Ugh. Dang. 4 freaking zeros of the... Okay, you know what? Fine. Don't have an 8. But I could do a 6 of that. And then a 2 of that. Okay, 40 of red I have no issue with just steamrolling through a bunch of those. Especially duplicates. Okay, we got 15 left. 15. Alright, just need 4. And I'll use that one. Green, what do we got? Couple of duplicates there. Of course, the 0 is the dupe of that one. No other dupes. Okay, fine. Martial Waking is actually pretty good. Sorcerer's Waking, not... Actually, there's a lot of these that are kind of nice to have, but oh well. So I think I will go Martial Waking, Sorcerer's Waking. Key to rewards. Alright. I sure hope this is something good. To be in a room of rewards this late in the game. Really? Nothing there? How disappointing. Alright. What do we get? Super Glide. I mean... Sure, but that's not, like, usable in battle, right? If it is, that could be handy. If not, though, I can't say I'm impressed. But whatever. Okay. I know it's maybe slightly earlier than normal. But I'm kind of thinking that's going to be a wrap for the stream. I didn't exactly sleep the best last night. So, getting a little extra sleep tonight might be a good idea. Also, catching up on some of that, so I'm less tired when I wind up staying up later for 4th of July fireworks. Probably also a good idea. Anywho, tell you what, we'll still raid out to somebody. Because, you know, connecting with people, why not? But overall, I'm thinking that will do it for me. Trying to figure out who to raid here. So anyway, well, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope to see y'all again sometime soon. I will be streaming Thursday morning and Saturday late afternoon, early evening. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, those will pretty much be the regular times for me. So, anyway, I'm still trying to figure out who to raid here, honestly. New person I don't think I've raided before. Or just somebody I don't think I've raided. I don't know how new they are, per se. Anywho. Alright. So anyway. That is going to do it from me. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you soon for another live stream. Feel free to check out YouTube videos and stuff in the meantime. But whatever ends up happening, till I see you again, stay cool, everybody.